What's going on, guys? It's Adonis, and today we're talking about Arrow Season 4, Episode 2. Let's get into my top 5 favorite moments. So number 5, Mr. Holt, aka Michael Holt, aka Mr. Terrific. Now this is really cool, especially if people that are knowing of, Mr. Terrific from the comics. He's like the third smartest man in DC, Justice Society of America, chairman. Really cool, especially how they introduced him in the series as, a guy that created this algorithm to, fire people, but it was really created to provide more money for these employees for Palmer Tech. So it's really cool how they brought him in, and then he kind of fired himself, and then, Felicity rehired him and said, you know what, he has this amazing breakthrough, blah, blah, blah. And the board, kind of bought into it. But it's really cool how they kind of have it set up, because people that know him from the comics know that Mr. Terrific is incredibly smart. And he has some really cool tech on top of him obviously being a superhero. But in this, obviously, he's not a superhero. But I want to see where they take him in the series. And is he ever going to be a part of Team Arrow, or maybe help with technology with Arrow and the Flash? Who knows, but awesome moment. So number 4, Thea. And Thea is tripping right now. So back at the end of the last season, everybody knows that Thea died, got stabbed by Ra's al Ghul, or Raish, however you want to, pronounce that name. Now, all of us know she got brought back through the Lazarus pit. Now with that, Merlin did say, hey, there's some side effects with it. Don't do it. As bad as you want to, there's going to be side effects. She's not going to come out the same person. And at the end of the episode, or the end of the season, it didn't really seem like that. But now we are starting to see that come through, and she's turning into kind of a crazy psychopath. She's fine until she starts fighting, and when she seems to get aggravated, she just does not know how to control herself. And it seems as if she gets like this kind of like strength boost, like this Mirror Crew type of vibe. I'm not really sure how they're going to flesh that out when they go into the next few episodes. Like, are they going to explain what that is? Maybe she has this kind of latent hidden ability. Who knows? But it's really interesting how they're making her kind of more powerful, because she took out Lonnie at the end. She took out kind of Oliver during that little, scuffle that they had in the Arrow cave, or the Arrow locker room, or whatever you want to call their new base. But really curious to see how they're going to explain this new, I don't want to say ability, or how she's going to control it, because she's definitely getting stronger in this state of mind. So hopefully they flesh it out, but pretty cool sequences. So number 3, we are looking at Oliver running for mayor. I don't know how I feel about this, but basically how they were talking about in the episode, Jessica Danforth was running for mayor. She was Myra Crean's friend, and she wanted to pick up where Myra left off. Long story short, her daughter got kidnapped by Lonnie. Arrow had to save her, but in that process, Oliver was talking to Lance, and he was like, the city needs somebody that they can believe in, somebody that they can actually see and be present and fight for them. And he was like, well, the Arrow does that. He's like, no, the Arrow doesn't do that, because they don't know the Arrow. Nobody knows who the Arrow is. They can't have a conversation with him. He cannot be seen by people. And that's why, Jessica being, the person running for mayor, the candidate for mayor, was so powerful. And, she said the same thing, Arrow can't do these things, and I want to be that vessel for the city. Now, with that said, obviously at the end, she ends up canceling running for mayor, and Oliver decides, you know what, I think I'm going to do it. I'm running for mayor, because they need somebody that can actually stand up for themselves, especially in this really stressful time in the city, which kind of makes sense, especially with all these people that are running getting assassinated and stuff. So it's really interesting how they played that. Now I really want to see how it ties into the rest of the season. Is it going to affect him and Felicity's relationship as far as time being spent together, since she's going to be running Palmer Tech, he's going to be running for mayor? And will it cause a conflict within Team Arrow with, him trying to be mayor and at the same time at night do his arrowing? Who knows? So number 2, obviously, Damion Dark. Now, Damion Dark in this episode, you started to see, obviously, more of his character. He's just a beast of a dude. When Lonnie started doing his, his little side missions, trying to assassinate Jessica at the beginning, Damian came in and put the smack down. Like, dude, you're sloppy. Like, that's not how we run stuff here. You need to get it together. And he was, all right, cool, I'll give you another chance. So, gives him another chance. He kidnaps Jessica's daughter. And he is not having it. Damian is not having it. He was like, there is a line. So he has like these moral codes of how we do business, how we're professional about what we do. And I was just like, this dude is not playing around. And during that part, Lonnie grabbed his arm and he was like, you're touching my arm right now. Like, it was just funny, like how he said it to him, like, you know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked up. It was just so funny. And he just turns around and said, fix it, and walks off. Like, he is so badass. And then towards the end of that kind of conversation or that situation, Lance comes in pissed off. I'm done, yada, yada, yada. And Damian looks like, he's like, man, you need to lower your tone. You're talking to the wrong one. I'm the wrong one to be talking to like this. Damian he's just dope. Like, his whole demeanor is like power. And he's just so calm and like nothing phases him, even though he may be pissed off. He's a super dope character. I cannot wait to see what they do with him in the rest of the season. Now, number 1, something that a lot of us have been waiting for since the, Legends of Tomorrow trailer came out. Sara is going to be revived in the Lazarus pit, and Laurel is going to make that happen. So at the end of the episode, Oliver's talking to Thea about, the whole Lonnie situation and him, her basically setting this dude on fire and, I'm trying to help you. And, they're a little brother-sister conversation. And Laurel steps in and is like, maybe we should have a girls' weekend, spa, yada, yada, yada. Oliver thinks it's a great idea. And at the end, she was like, you know what? We're going to go to Nanda Parbat. We're going to figure out what's going on with you. And we need to figure something else out. And she's going there because she wants to revive Sara. Now, with this, through the episode, it kept coming up, and I didn't catch it till the end. And they were like, Oliver never told you. And I think the reason why he never told Laurel was the fact of these side effects that he heard about. He didn't want to bring Sara back, and she not be herself. She be somebody completely different or have these, tendencies about her. And seeing what, is happening to Thea, I think that might have been a good call, but we really won't know until we actually see Sara in action. But I'm super excited about Sara coming back. She was digging her up at the end of the episode, pulled her out. She had some suck-in action, suck-in action. But all in all, I'm super excited about Sara coming back. She was such a badass. Laurel's getting there, though. She's getting there. She's not there yet, but she's in progress. She's in progress to badassness. So super excited about that. So those are my top 5 guys for episode 2 of season 4. Let me know down below what your top 5 are. Those are just mine. I know you guys probably have a different order or maybe different things completely. And if you guys like this episode, make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, guys. Until next time, see you later.